Number 11, nobody owes you nothing. Stop expecting somebody to do for your life what you're not willing to do for yourself. And I get people hit me up every single day. Trent, share this, put me on, do this and do that. And I try to help as many people as I can. But at the same time, I can't help everybody. And I remember when I was coming up, like, I didn't wait for opportunity. I created opportunity. I didn't wait for people to watch my videos. You know what I did? I went on people's pages and tagged people. I emailed people. I messaged people. I made sure that my videos were heard. And you have to do the same thing. You got to stop feeling entitled. Because if you're waiting for somebody, you might be waiting for your whole entire life. If you're waiting for somebody to open up a door for you, that door might not ever open. And guess what? When you're doing that, you're giving that person or that company or that platform all the power to control your life. So take the power back and go create your own opportunity. Go create your own platform and build it from the ground up. It doesn't matter if you don't have everything that you need. Work with what you have. Because I tell you right now, as long as you have yourself, that's enough. Number 12, fail often. Mistakes are gonna happen. If you're trying to live a life full of perfection, you're not being real. Okay, go out and get it. Make mistakes. Be embarrassed. I remember my first speaking engagement. Like, I was scared to go do it, and I prepared the whole night before. Like, literally, like I knew it like it was a rap verse. I prepared the whole night before, but as soon as I got on stage, my mind went blank. I forgot everything. But in that moment is where I learned my speaking style, because I had to speak from the heart. I had no other choice. I had no notes to lean on, nothing. It was a whole bunch of people staring at me like this. About 5,000 kids. So I had a choice. I could sink or I could swim. I decided to swim and speak from my heart. And that's why today I speak like this. That's why today I speak so passionate. Failure will teach you things that nothing else could teach you. You know, one thing that I know for a fact that people of greatness, that people have reached their next level, that people have been successful have in common is that they have failed and they continue to fail. Push the envelope, right? If you're playing it safe, you're never gonna grow with your life. And as we talked about earlier, if you're not growing, then you're dying. So it's okay to fail. If people make fun of you, who cares? Because the same people that are making fun of you, I promise you, will end up being the same people. Once you make it happen, that will be the first one supporting you. Believe that. Fail often. Number 13, you will be misunderstood. All right, everybody's not gonna like you. Just get over it. You know, people might not like the way you talk. There's people say, Trent, I can't stand the way you speak. I can't stand the way you look. It's okay, because I tell people like this, whether you love me or hate me, you're not gonna stop me. So understand you will be misunderstood. I'll tell you right now, the first step to being unhappy is trying to please everybody else. There's no point of saying yes to the world and putting on this picture of perfection and smiling for the camera and dying behind the scenes, right? There's no point of doing all those things if you're losing yourself. There's no point of saying yes to everybody else if you're saying no to yourself. It's okay, you will have haters, and you know that. And like I always tell people, like, haters are this. Haters are people who admire what you do. They just have a different way of showing it. Because if they really hated you, they wouldn't pay you attention. If they really hated you, they wouldn't follow you on every social site. If they really hated you, they wouldn't make up a fake profile once you block them just to stalk you again. So realize that it's jealousy. And when you start doing incredible things with your life, jealousy happens. And sometimes jealousy lives a lot closer than what you think, right? Sometimes it is your friends. Sometimes it is your family. And sometimes they can't help it. But when they're not doing what they want to do with their life, they'll become jealous of somebody that's doing something that they want to do with their life. Especially when you come from the same place as somebody else and they're still there and you took your life to here, jealousy will happen. So you will be misunderstood, but who cares? Make the world respect your greatness. Number 14, this is going to be straight to the point. Put in the work. If you treat it like a hobby, I promise you, it will never become your life. As we talked about consistency and how I live it, breathe it, be it every single day, and you got to do the same thing. I mean, I'm serious. You got to wake up to this. You got to make sacrifices in order to be successful. You got to say no to the things that don't get you a yes. You're going to have to say no to friends. You're going to have to say no to going out. You're going to have to say no to a lot of things if you want to say yes to your vision, yes to your purpose. It's sometimes a lonely road. It's a lot of lonely nights. But I'll tell you this, man, like I used to love to dream until my reality became better than my dreams. So I love to stay awake. I love to wake up. Even when I'm asleep, my dreams wake me up. My passion wakes me up. It's hard for me to turn this off, but I had to put in the work. I couldn't depend on anybody else to do for my life, right? What I wasn't willing to do for myself. There will be help down the road. But when you start this journey can be lonely. The people that you thought would ride with you and would come with you might not be there. But as you progress down this journey, you're going to meet people, and people are going to help you, and people are going to inspire you, and people are going to join your team. But you have to be willing to put in the work. It's not easy, but it is possible. And remember this, the only impossibilities that exist are the ones that you create. Number 15, conquer your fears. You will never win your war by running from your battles. You know, fear kills more dreams, visions, purposes, companies, brands, more than anything else. Fear is when you create a known result from a situation you haven't even experienced yet. Think about it, right? You will defeat yourself before you ever step foot in the battle. I remember when I first started speaking, I was scared to speak. Let me tell you something right now, how crazy this is. This right here, what you're watching, me speaking, public speaking, was my biggest fear. And I'm sure right now, I don't look fearful. How did I get over it? Yes, repetition. But it came to a point where I had to jump, right? It came to a point where I had to go do it. And what helped me was that I stopped creating a negative result before the experience. I said, you know what? After I speak, it's going to be people inspired. I'm going to feel the best I ever felt before. And that pushed me to go do it. So the question you can ask yourself to get over fear, what awaits on the other side of fear? When I first jumped out of a plane and went skydiving, it was the same thing. I was telling myself, the parachute ain't gonna open up, the plane gonna crash, I'm gonna die. It made me not wanna do it. But when I changed my mindset and said, I'm about to do something that I've never done before that so many people are fearful to do, and I'm gonna do it. Just imagine how incredible I'm gonna feel, how euphoric it's gonna be. And when I had that mindset, I was super stoked to jump out that plane. And it was the best experience in my life. So if you want to overcome your fear, create the result to be an incredible experience, and I promise you, you will go attack your fear. And after you realize the fear is like the boogeyman, right? Or fear is like a bully. Once you face it, you will realize that it's not as bad as it pretended to be. Go conquer your fears.